This is telling my truth. I'm just gonna get right into it. So basically, as many of you probably already know or saw on my Instagram, I was in an unhealthy relationship for a long time. And by unhealthy, I mean emotionally, mentally abusive. And it started my sophomore year of college. And you know, it's kind of one of those things that you don't see coming. I didn't, of course, it doesn't start out like that. And I was always one of those people that was like, I know the signs of an abusive relationship. I'm not gonna let myself get into one of those. If I see that I'm in one, I'm gonna get out of it. And that's not always the case, especially for emotional and mental abuse. You don't always recognize it at all, because the people that you are involved with, the person that you are involved with, is so good at manipulating you, at gaslighting you, and making you think certain things about yourself, making you feel a certain way that you don't even realize at the end of the day that you're being manipulated or that you're being abused. And so for me, God and health and fitness is what changed my life and saved my life at the end of the day. This topic is certainly not easy to talk about. It brings back a lot of feelings, emotion, everything like that. But it is important to talk about. It is important to address and acknowledge. That way you can move past it. So kind of just a little story. Sophomore year of college, this started, everything was cool. She got a little deeper. This person refused to date me. They refused to be my boyfriend, even though we were acting like boyfriend and girlfriend. Just refused to put the title on it. And part of the reason why I stayed and why I hung on is because I felt like if I was doing this and I was doing this and this and this and this and this and this, maybe one day, he'll have a change of heart or whatever the case may be, and I'll, we'll finally have that relationship. And he kind of manipulated me into thinking and hoping and believing that we just had to get through this, and this is how we were building our relationship, and we'll be together one day, but we have to build there first, and things like that. And that bothered me so much. And I felt a lot of emotions during that time. Loneliness, emptiness, unworthiness, not feeling good enough, shame, disappointment, despair. And it got to the point where my friends, they all noticed, something was not right. And my family and things like that. And it got to the point where I didn't even talk about it, to anybody after that, after a certain point, because I would get in trouble, or I would get yelled at, or I would feel like I was stupid for talking to my friends about it, about how I felt. So it got to the point where I just held everything in after that. I didn't tell anybody what I was going through, what I was experiencing, the things that were said to me, the things that, I was led to believe. So I kind of just held all that in, and I'm not laughing because it's funny, but how that whole situation led me to where I am today, and I'm so thankful to God for this. I was always into health and fitness, I guess, since I was like 16. But I never really, I don't know, I guess put a value on it. And the crazy thing is, I had to admit this to myself. The reason why I started working out more, especially my legs and my butt. I know all girls want to have a nice butt, but is because of the way that he made me feel so insecure about my own body, my own butt, essentially. And it's not anything that he would say directly to me, it's things that he would say about other girls. So like, this girl has a nice ass, or this girl, or you know, and it just made me feel insecure about myself. You know, why isn't he saying that about me? Like, blah 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 blah. And so I started doing that, but of course for the wrong reasons. It wasn't for myself, it was to please him at the end of the day. And you know, of course, things started to get really, really bad. There were moments that I did contemplate suicide a lot, and it just depends. I mean, I've talked to people about it. I didn't talk to people in other instances. You know, at the end of the day, I'm still alive, so thank you, God, for that. But yeah, so I was in a very deep, dark place in my life, constantly thinking about the negative, focusing on the negative, focusing on perfectionism, focusing on my insecurities. And you know, if you know me now, you know it's a complete 180. So it's just crazy to look back and think that I was in that low of a place for the longest of times. I was able to turn my life around through health and fitness, which I'm so thankful for, and of course God, like I had already mentioned, which I'm so thankful for. But once I started to realize my own self-worth, and that's because of the books that I've read, you know, the Bible studies that I've attended, things like that. I was kind of able to pick up on the fact that I am in control of my life. You know, I am the one who is able to turn things around at the end of the day, of course, with God's help and God's grace. And so I started using the gym as an escape, because this person wasn't living with me, but they were staying with me pretty much every day. And so I would spend time at the gym just so I could get away from him, because that was the only place that he wasn't. And so of course, you know, I went through my little thing and not really knowing how to work out in the beginning and things like that. But I started to feel good, you know what I'm saying? Like, I started to feel good about myself. I started getting a little bit of confidence, blah 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 blah. And of course, when he saw that, he would try to tear down that confidence, because, you know, manipulative people can only rule over people that are so insecure. I was really able to kind of grab onto that confidence and hold on to it, and that self-worth. And I read the book The Power of I Am by Joel Osteen. Thank you for writing that book, Joel. And that kind of just like magnified things for me. And so I really started focusing on myself and what I wanted. At that point, you know, I was hurting, I was down, I was depressed. Not so much suicidal anymore, but I was still feeling pretty hopeless about myself and, you know, what I was going to do and things like that. And so that's when I just kind of took the health and fitness and I ran with it. I started putting in more time at the gym every day, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. And this kind of goes along with my story about, you know, me having a commissions job and basically making no money for 3 months, spending all my time at the gym, finding a solitude kind of there, It was kind of like a mental escape, but it was also something that was very empowering on the same note, just to see the changes within myself by going to the gym every day. I'm not saying you have to go over 2-3 hours every day, but you know, I was getting stronger. My head was getting a little bit clearer. I was feeling more confident about myself. Things like that. Opportunities started to come to me that I was just like, whoa, like I never knew that this was a thing. And so once I put all of that together, the working out, the mindset, I've always liked to pride myself on saying that I've eaten healthy, but it's gotten a lot more apparent as I've grown, as times went on. I placed more of an emphasis on that. And so yeah, I kind of just took that and I used it, you know, to boost up my self-esteem, my confidence, my sense of self-worth, my mental strength, my mental stamina, things like that. And I just really hope that I am able to inspire other people to do the same thing through the same methods. And I just want people to realize that, you know, working out, it isn't all about the physicalities of things. You know, that's of course a great thing. You want to have a nice body, you want to look nice, you want to be attractive. You know, of course, it's totally understandable, it's human. But there is so much more to working out in, you know, health and fitness overall aspect than just, you know, a good physical appearance. It improves your sleep, which was very important to me, because in mentally abusive relationships, the abuser tends to use sleep deprivation as a means of control. Obviously improve my eating habits, improve my mindset, gain mental strength. You can make some great friends in the gym, just like I have. Shout out to all my good gym rat friends. I love you. And yeah, it opens up your mind and your world to endless possibilities. And I just really hope that by me sharing my truth and telling my story and how I was able to, you know, go from this depressed, lonely, suicidal girl to a complete 180, somebody who's very confident and, you know, positive and hopefully inspiring. I just hope that I am able to help, you know, anybody in any way that I can, whether it be with mental support or, you know, working out support, whatever the case may be. I just really hope to inspire and change lives, and help you guys make those positive transformations in your lives, whether it be, you know, your dream body, or you want to work on having more confidence, or you want to work on having more motivation, or you want to work on eating better. You know, whatever it is, I would be so happy and so beyond blessed to help you in any way that I can. And it is Suicide Awareness Month, so please, if you are going through something that makes you feel that way, please talk to somebody. Even if you want to talk to me, I am here, I am open. You know what I'm saying? No judgments. I have been there countless of times. I know and may not exactly know what you're going through, but I will do my best to try to shed some light on your life and help you any way that I can. So yeah, that's me, that's my story. Wow, it kind of just feels really good to get this off my chest. I've been so compelled this week to just share this with you all, and just hopes that it helps one person. You know, if it just helps one person, that would make me happy. And if it doesn't help anyone, you know, that's okay too, because this is what God put on my heart. So I love you all. Stay blessed, stay positive, stay motivated. Remember what I said before, you are not alone, you are amazing, and you are loved. And talk to you soon.